Yeah. There we go. We've all just got the back of Ronnie's head in all of these. Right, so just to recap where we are, just for the video sake, for when you're revising, today we're going to introduce the chorus. So we've gone through the traditional roles of the chorus. You can find your notes in the folder on this sheet. Just to recap what we're going to do in our modern interpretation for 21st audience. So we're going to have it symbolic, we're going to have it abstract, contemporary, much darker, because that's what the audience are used to. So it's going to be set in a studio theatre. So the chorus are going to be close to the audience, so the audience will feel that awe even more, so they're going to be right up close to it. So our preferred effect is that awe feeling of like, wow, this is impressive. And the reason we want the action so symbolic and abstract, not just because it's more interesting, is it because it will help the audience know what's going on, because we're not used to the stories they talk about and the language they talk about. So we're going to use a lot of physical actions within it to make it quite impressive. So the first section we're going to look at is the first chorus section, which is the Parados. It is very highly unlikely, like 99% sure, that you won't ever write a question on the chorus, because if you ever the option of performing another single role, you will always go for that, because it's significantly easier than talking about how 15 people would act. So always stick to it. Okay, the Parados. Ronnie, can you read out for me, please, what it is about the Parados?
Opening, upbeat, energetic, powerful, show their joy at winning the war, or created because they are so impressive. By our 7 shuttered gates, darker, more atmospheric, symbolic, shows what happened during the war, or created because they are so creepy and powerful. There will be victory celebrations today, reverts back to the original upbeat mood, again shows their joy at winning the war and how they praise the gods and their new king, or gain through their volume and energy. Okay, so there's 3 different sections in this play. So in your script, can you turn to... Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Did you know that? You're like, just looking at my script. Sure. Okay, so you need pencil out. I think I might actually get you to watch it first. We'll read it, then we might read it through once. And then do it. Okay. So, the first section is upbeat, so if you want to write, please write in your script Parados in pencil. Did I nick your pencil again? Oh, did I nick it and not give it back? Oh, Ronnie! I'll loan you a pencil. I'll find one now. Do you have any pencils in that top drawer?
Any sharpening?
I have a whole pack somewhere.
Yeah, but the first bit's like. Oh yeah. Oh, I've got a hole. There you go.
No, that's not mad.
I have a pencil back, but I'm pretty sure they were probably mine anyway.
Yeah,
They look distinctly like mine. So, have you written Parados? Yeah. Put maybe Parados circle or underline it or something so it's nice and big. Can you please write the audience or the preferred effect? Sorry. What? Oh, well, I'll ask at the end what other kind of effects you could get from the audience other than just they're in awe of them as well. Okay, so you might want to write like the first. We split it into 3 sections. This Parados. So you might want to write number 1, where it's at the beginning, the life-giving sun. Who's feeling in a particularly upbeat mood this morning? Oh, Lewis! Yay! Can you read just up until a creak of leather?
The creek what? Oh, the creek of leather. Okay.
On part front, the last 2 lines, I want you to go a little bit darker on it. And it's horsehair plumes, not in that, just go a bit darker on there. Nice and upbeat for the beginning. Go. We all know this. The life-giving sun. I tell you what, let's do it all together. Really energetic. Okay? Apart from the last 2 lines, we're going to go dark on. Okay, before Parados just a gates. You ready? 1, 2, 3. The life-giving sun has never shone more brightly on the 7 gates of Thebes than it shines this morning. Never a more glorious dawning than this sunrise over Dirce's river, when the army of the foreign invader at first light made its panic-stricken flight, and all its white shields and bright weapons were gone. Like a snowy eagle from the mountain crest it came, shrieking down on our city, the army of Argos with a spurious treaty to enforce Polynices' claim. all its horsehair plumes nodding together, and a grinding of brass, and a cracking of leather. Anyway, that was good. Did that bring back memories all?
Yeah.
Oh, so many memories. Do you know what? I think I could do that without the scripts. This is full on sad. Okay, so that is big, energetic. We're not going to go for actions yet. Well, actually, how do you think they could come on in a really impressive way? Yeah, Martin. But it's how you want them to be dressed in your interpretation. Do you want them to be like the army? Do you want to be dressed in the army uniform of the day? So if you look at, I think I've got it down for Haman. Let's just have a look for the because I think I put Haman. Where it goes character interpretation, Haman, it might say what he's writing. Okay, yeah, he has, oh no, he has no shit on. No, shit on. Can't say that probably. We'll have a look at what they missed. Could you possibly have a Google on there to see the ancient Greek military outfit? And we'll see if we can get that up. Because, okay, do we like that interpretation of the chorus being military men? Yes. Okay, cool, we'll do that then. The only problem is that later on in the scene with Creon is they do actually play the senators as well. But you could say in your interpretation you'd actually have different chorus members then coming on and playing the roles of the four senators or whatever like that. That's if you want to do it. Oh, Greek show. Could you possibly go to all and maybe somewhere where we can actually it describes what they're called, the different sections that they'd wear?
Yeah. What are they called?
If you just go to all rather than images, there might be a section that tells you personal equipment. Let's see, weapons are armour, shield, helmets. Oh, they're just all personal equipment rather than their outfit. Oh, is it called that? A hospital room mustard. So what would it wear? Would it wear a short? Yeah, it wouldn't be a torso armour. So they'd have an underwear. They'd have. Okay, so.
Oh my God, showing up.
Torso armour.
She'll be like,
every shoulder would wear it. What's a muscle cut design? Yeah. Oh, that's good. Right, guys, can you find somewhere in your folders to make some notes? Could you maybe have a look at another website, Mitt? If you go back and look at the one underneath to see if that's any clearer. Like the hoplites, because they're called hoplites. Greek states. Alright, okay. Okay, so guys, look where we could put. See where we could put chorus. See where we could put what the chorus would wear. Okay, there we go. It's under costume. So can you go to where we wrote down the chorus revision later on? Can we go to costume? So they were called hoplites. So say I want them dressed as a traditional hoplite, which is a Greek soldier, citizen soldiers. Which is good because they are talking about them being citizens. So you can even say hoplites and you can put in brackets a citizen soldier. So HOPLITES. Does it have what they wore? Body armour, I suppose that's basically it.
it is.
Body, yeah, if we just go into that
And then
section.
light, but like light, like
Yeah.
What else?
Yeah, and it's a Greek soldier citizen. I just put that in.
The last one was better. Oh, we had that again. The cuirass. Typically had a bronze cuirass, a belt, bronze helmet. Right. So, could you put them in a bronze helmet? I liked the this was out for their arms. I know it said this in another way. The cuirass. CUIRASS. So bronze helmet. Yeah. So helmets. they had a spears. So you might want to give them all spears. That's it. That's up to you. If you want them to have all bears. Give them a knee length tunic. And then it's a bronze breastplate. They did also have shields as well, but it's whether you want them to have shields or spears. They could have them in different scenes. In this first scene, you might want them to have both. It's up to you. It depends whether you want their arms to be free or not. It might be cool for them to have spears and shields. I might quite. So you've got things that like you can actually use now as props with it. Is that right? So you need to sort of try and remember that word hoplites in particular. Right. So let's go back to. Let's go back to that section again. So think about how you want your army to come on. Don't write anything down. Yeah, just have a think about it. I'm going to get you to decide something once you've had a think about it. Once you've watched the pretty rubbish quality of the video that I've got, but at least it's something for this section. Let's read the next one. Should we do it really creepy? Let's see if it works with us all doing it together. By the 7 shuttered gates. You ready? 1, 2, 3.
By the 7 shuttered gates, it waited, eyes glittering in dark helmets,
Swords drawn, spears couching, but before the killing and the burning, the metallic taste of blood, and crashing stonework and blazing wood, they turned and fled, the music of death in their ears, at their backs, the dragon's breath. Zeus had seen them, he who hates inflated pride, and the enmity buzzed out of the windbag. He heard their singing, as if victory was theirs for the taking, and he brought down his thunder on their glittering host, struck them with lightning, and sent them flying, scorched them, and burned them, and left them dying. Oh, dark, isn't it? So the bit where it was saying, it was talking about, he'd heard their singing. It was like, they thought they'd won. They were like, yeah, we're going to win this. And Zeus was like, no, you won't. I'm going to kill you. So it's all about the gods. Down like a rock. Are you ready? Go. Down like a rock from the mountain crest, he came thundering to earth. The flame dashed from his hand. The son of thieves, whose best hope of fame was to conquer his native land, and who failed in his quest. Who they're talking about there? The son of thieves. Yeah, Polynices. For the war god gave us his word of command. Like a battle chariot, his terrible name ran them down where they stood, and they died in the dust. Now, at the city of 7 gates, a Theban defender awaits, as 7 champions bring their fame and arms to the fight. And before the coming of the night, 6 have put their fame to the test. 6 lay both fame and armour to rest, as a tribute to great Zeus's feats. So there were 7 gates, but at 6 of them, they've already won. However, at the 7th gate, go. At the 7th gate, 2 brothers met. Sharing the blood and death as in birth. Each striking each other, each laying dead on the earth. Dramatic. We ruined that dramatic ending there a bit, didn't we then? Can we write in section 2 then, please? By our 7 shuttered gates, section 2. So there, can you basically just write dark? They need to look dark. They need to look terrifying. So this is where the swords and the spears and the shields will come in use. Terrifying. Dark and terrifying. Okay, last section there will be victory. You can, the mood totally changes. You can hear it in the text. So 3. This is the bit which is victorious. So totally change mood. So you want the lights to change as well. You want everything about this section to change. Back to how it was at the beginning, but even more. Whoa. You ready? Let's do this. Upbeat, guys. You ready? 1, 2, 3. There will be victory celebrations today in this city of charities and singing in the streets. There were ceremonies of thanksgiving and grateful tears for the end of the fighting as the enemy retreats and the time comes for relaxation and play. Now, as all voices are raised and the drum beats, the ecstatic God himself will appear. Bacchus the drunkard, to take power for one day in the city he calls his own. Time to dance all night, to shake the foundations, till the faint light of dawn flushes the windows and the lamps fade. Now Creon is king. He made the most of his fortune and the god's choice, the son of Meneceus. As the people rejoice, the new king enters, take his throne. The responsibility his alone. And then it changes. Then it's sort of like, but why is he called us here? To debate an emergency session, his public proclamation so vital to see. So now they turn into senators. So it's whether you are like, I decide that actually I want any bits that I, this is how I did it. You'll see it on the recording. I actually did it where 4 of them came out of the chorus, who were sort of almost leading the chorus, came with the senators. But I would highly recommend that if you did ever get a chorus section, you'd be like, I want the bits that are the senators to be formed by maybe, 4 senators, where they are still like the chorus, they're still the same, but they're dressed in like as senators would. They'd have floor-length chiffons. They'd maybe be older, whereas you want, if you want to stick to, I'd stick with 15 in your chorus, just because then you can refer it back. I'd probably stick with all male as well, because you're like, well, even now, as sexy as it might sound, you do associate military guard with it, and particularly back in those days, in the traditional Greek, you're setting it in Greek time, you wouldn't have had females in your army, so that's why. So you would have 15 strong, strapping men in your chorus. I did not in this one. That didn't happen. Wouldn't have got them in it. However, when I was doing Beauty and the Beast, we did enlist the whole of the first rugby team into the performance. That was quite fun. Okay, so that's the end of the section. This is where the first episode starts, when Creon comes on. Okay, I want you to think, I'm going to show you the performance. I want you to remember when showing you this video, we weren't doing it for an A level. So for the whole of that first section, we could have him just standing there and saying the line and then turning the head on eagle, and that was pretty much it. Because on stage then, it looked quite cool. You probably going to want to have a little bit more detail than that. By our 7-footed gate, obviously there's lots of cool stuff you remember this from when you did it, didn't you? Don't you? I love how by our 7, we even paused at exactly the same time as we did. I was like, that's a good memory from 18 months ago. Right, sorry miss, I'm going to have to... Can you, while I'm just setting it up, can you read through and make little notes where you're like, oh, I could do this here, or I could do this there, or have a think about what you could do. So as you can see all, I am guessing this is noodle, because this is available on noodle. So if you go to year 12 drama, down to Antigone.
Because all of our boxes are actually in real life. Get some inspiration.
Oh, here it is. I'll just show you what we did for our set out of interest. Oh, I'll wait till the section the lights are up. So, what we had in the set, I mean, we didn't have endless money in the world, but what we did do, I'll try and make it a little bit big for you. This is the Antigone Ismene scene. Do you want to watch the Antigone Ismene scene?
Yeah.
Since we did it yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we had. Oh no. Shall I pause this because you don't really, and then I can